I think this is video 4. I'm actually doing long videos today. But video 4, I'm having fun talking about schools while having all my memories. See, now my son can see these and remember these, even though I'll be alive and raise my baby boy, name of Jesus, because I want to and I love him so much. Spend as much time with him as possible. But yeah, I'm thinking of school and grades and stuff, and things I enjoyed and classes I enjoyed. It's so fun. It's so funny. But yeah. And then 4th and 5th grade, I had twins. My teachers were twins, so it's so funny at elementary at what's that school? James Marshall Elementary School on the west side of Modesto, California. That I had twins that were separate times. One I had in 4th grade, one I had in 5th grade the next year, because they were both in different grades, teaching different grades. So it was super funny. I forgot their names though. But they were super cool. I love my 4th grade one. I love the younger sister. She was like super sweet. And the other sister was cool too. But yeah, those grades, I flunked 4th grade again because they didn't teach, a teacher didn't, and not her, but another one didn't teach my multiple times tables. I didn't say that right. So I had to do 4th grade all over again. So that's when I got that teacher. That was a twin, and then I got the other twin in 5th grade. And then that's when I moved, because I was going to do 6th grade right there at James Marshall, but we ended up moving because the owner of the house that we lived in, it was a 2-story brown house in the west side of Modesto, California, but the owner sold it and gave it to, well, no, he didn't sell it, he gave it to his daughter, so his daughter was planning on moving in. So we're like, oh, okay. So we moved to apartments on Floyd Avenue, Oakdale and Floyd Avenue, so that's when I started going to Hustac Middle School. For 6th, 7th, and 8th grade I went there, and then I went to Bayer for freshman year, and then I went to Enox when it first opened. We were the first class to graduate. For sophomore, junior, seniors, we were like the big ones on campus the whole time. So we pretty much grew at that school, because like I said, when it first opened I was a sophomore, but they didn't want to have juniors and seniors because they were just barely opening. So when we were juniors, we were the first juniors in that school. When we were seniors, we were the first seniors of that school at Enox High, and it was super awesome. It was so funny because the people that I grew up with from 6th, 7th, 8th grade, that like half of them went to Enox, but half of them stayed in Bayer High School, and it was so funny because I got emotional about it, because I love to stay with the people that you grow up with. So when they like the half stayed behind at Bayer and I ended up going to Enox, I was like, it makes me sad. I was like, oh, I gotta say goodbye to the like half the class I grew up with since 6th grade at least. But I'm just super emotional like that. I'm sensitive. It's so funny. Sally, leave her alone. Move. No. But I've always been sensitive. Like every year, like a new school year would end, I'd want to cry because I'd be like, no, I'm going to miss the teacher in my class. And even though, I wouldn't even be close to the class or not even know some of the students, you kind of still get to know them anyways. Even if they're gang kids and whatever. Sally, stop! Stop! Whatever race or anything like that. It didn't matter to me. Gang kids, gothic kids, whatever, the popular kids. I'd still be like, I'm going to miss my class. I'd get like emotional about it. I was such a dork. It was so cute. I'm just sensitive. I'd be like, I'm going to miss you guys. Like even the people I'd sit next to in class, I'd be like, why am I like attached to them now? I'm going to miss them when we like leave now, go to another school year and I have to start a different class. I'd be like, I'm such a dork. I literally would want to cry like every school year since I've been in school. I'd be like, it was nice having you for a teacher, and it was nice having all these students, even though we weren't friends, just like we're only students together. I'd be like, aw, our acquaintances. I was like, I'm such a dork. I was like, it's so cute. I've always been like that though. It's hard to say goodbye for me. I'm like, it's so sad to say goodbye. But yeah, I really had, thank goodness, really blessed with mostly every teacher I had was always awesome or cool, or I super loved or at least liked. There's only now and then a few teachers that were just like, oh gosh, that were just like horrible or mean, but I would break them. Like I would be like, good morning, good morning, good morning to them, and I'd be nice to them anyways, because I'd be like, I just don't let people override me. If they're going to be rude or mean, I'm like, I'm still going to say good morning to you anyways, because I'm like, I'm going to get to you eventually, because I'm like, I hate rudeness or mean. But only once in a while did I get a teacher that I'm like, oh gosh, they'd be like super mean, like, oh, like the worst teacher I think I've had the whole school years of my whole life. So I went to school for 13 years because the original is 12, but I flunked 4th grade, so I went to school for 13. And then I even started earlier than most students, so because people start at preschool, daycare, et cetera, et cetera. I went to like one before that, so I was like in school super early. My mom just wanted me to have the knowledge and get ready to be like separated and get ready to be in school all week long. So I was getting ready. She thought it might be a little difficult for me, so she was like, I don't know if it'd be hard, because I loved being by my mom's side all the time. I was like at my mom's hip all the time and running around the house playing, of course, obviously as a child. But I'd be like always with my mommy, but or with family members being babysat for a little bit. But yeah, for preschool it was super easy. My mom says she just didn't know how I would be, dropping me off, and I just like took off. I was like, heck yeah! I was like, learning's gonna be fun. I like loved learning. I thought it was great. My mom taught me manners, so I would only speak when I was spoken to. I'd sit there if the teacher told us to sit. But I only got in trouble by teachers too, out of the 13 years I've been in school. Only like a few times, only for like talking or passing notes or like cheating. Not me cheating, but people would want to copy from my paper, and I'd feel bad for them, so I'd be like, I don't care. So I'd be like, here, copy. And I got caught a couple of times, like throughout, They'd be like, can I copy your paper? I'd be like, sure. And then like the teacher would catch us, and I'd be like, darn it. And then I'd get an F right there at least. A couple of times. Not a lot, of course. Like maybe 3 out of the whole time I've been in school. But usually, yeah, I was a goody goody. I was like, oh no, I gotta do my homework. I would hate when people wouldn't do their homework. I was such a dork. You didn't do your homework? I'd be like the first guy I dated, even, he didn't do his homework. But I was like, if we're gonna date, you have to do your homework. I'm like, I'm not even kidding. That's like one of the things that's gonna have to come with it. Because I'm just like, I hate lazy people. I hate people that act stupid and they're not stupid. It's like, you have a brain and you're smart, you're just lazy. And your parents are not assertive with you. And I hate that. I hate that so much. I'm like, if you have a responsibility, school's a responsibility, no matter what grade you're in. So do your homework, do what is asked of you, because it's asked of you. Like, this already shows you, like, when you get older and you get a job, you're gonna suck at it because you're already not doing what's asked of you. So I hate it. So it's so funny. So I made him do his homework, and his mom thanked me when I was dating that guy, and I was like, no problem. But of course, we broke up real quick because he ended up cheating and et cetera, et cetera. But I'm like, ugh, I didn't love him anyways. I only dated him because I was miserable and lonely, and when you're young, you're dumb. So, but I was like, at least I had him do his homework for a little bit. His mom was like, oh, he was doing so good. I was like, yeah, because I made him. I was like, we're only gonna date if you do your homework. Like Ronnie didn't do his homework. My babe, of course, my babe right now with our baby, that we had our baby together right now. But he didn't do his homework in school either. But I'm like, yeah, if we should have met earlier. But even though he lived in Turlock, I lived in Modesto, so we're still far, a little bit far. But I would have been like, if we're dating, you're doing your homework. I'm like, number one, you're just lazy. That's just being lazy. I don't even care what it is. Even if you think it's dumb, you still do it. It's your responsibility. Our son's gonna do their job, do his homework. Like, that is not gonna fly with me at all. I'm like, no. If it is asked of you, then you're gonna do it. If I give you a chore and I told you to take out the trash, and you didn't take out the trash that day, you're grounded. Like, I'm not even playing with you. Or like, give me your phone and give me your like Game Boy. Or give me your PlayStation or your Xbox. I don't care. I'm like, when I say something, it is on stone, and I'm not kidding with you. Because if I let you slide, I'm gonna let you be lazy. I'm gonna let you like not be like assertive and not do things like you're supposed to. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be like that kind of mom. Not a terrible, of course, horrible mom, but what is asked of my son, he will do. If I say take out the trash, I did not say take out the trash 3 hours later, or not that day or the next day. I'm like, I did not say that. You're grounded. Like, I want your phone, I want your Xbox, because you're grounded for a couple days. Because I'm like, what I told you is what I told you to do, and it's like, that's what I said. Because sometimes with Ronnie's a bit of a butt. Like, if I ask him to do something, it would take weeks, and it's like, like if we lived together but on our own without his parents, I would beat him up a lot more and be like, you're gonna do it, you lazy shit. But I'm like, no, obviously not that he's working now. Now he's tired and exhausted from work. I'm like, of course that's understandable. But I'm like, when I want him to make things, like right now I need him to make door stops because our door like swings open a lot. And I just want to put like a stub there, like a wooden one that he can make real quick. And in the bathroom, because it moves. So I'm like, oh, it keeps hitting me. The doorknob, I can't wait till he makes those. But he'll make those when he fixes our son's bookshelf. We'll work on that maybe next weekend. Because he's still working on his mom's Jeep. I pray so. I want to finish the shelf because I want to get our son's books ready and the shelf all nice and neat and clear up the living room again. I'm trying to make sure everything's perfectly good and ready for when our son comes. Right now I need to clean a box in our bedroom. It's a small box of my things in it. And I still need to clean off my son's diaper changing pad. But I'm not cleaning it yet because I don't want the cat to get on there. Because, yeah, I'll kill the cat if he dirties that thing. Because I'm going to have to still put plastic on it because the cat would jump on it with his dirty paws and stuff. And his fur. I don't want things dirty for my boy. I don't want germs and cooties. Ew. But, yeah, so apparently I'm in a talkative mood. Of course, I spent like 40 minutes making my live blog videos, and this is video 4, I believe it should be. So yeah. But anyways, Lord Jesus, bless us, take away this virus. God help Trump. Losing, and it's cheating, totally cheating with Biden. Biden's gonna kill America, etc., etc., destroy it. Gun rights, abortion, murdering babies, etc. Lord have mercy on him. And Lord have mercy on the people who voted for him, and Lord have mercy on this world. Yep, but only Jesus can. I just pray Jesus saves people, and that's all I can worry about, because all I care about my baby boy, and yep, and us loving each other, and my partner and my mom, and my puppy dogs when they don't get on mommy's nerves. But Lord bless us all. God bless. Love you, baby boy. Let's go feed you now.